Welcome to another lesson of Microsoft Excel. So here in this lesson, we're going to learn about VLOOKUP and match functions. So it's not just about VLOOKUP, but instead we're also going to learn about how match function works in Microsoft Excel. So as you've known that I've been showing VLOOKUP a lot lately in these lessons. So now what I'm going to do is show you how you can add VLOOKUP and also match function together in Microsoft Excel. Okay, so as I've told you about VLOOKUP, or if you've seen the recent videos, you might know what VLOOKUP is and what VLOOKUP does. So it's just vertical lookup function which searches for the exact type of result which you're searching for in an array or a range. But in match function, when you add it up, so let's just start with match function. So what is the match function? So the match function searches for a specific item in a range or cell, okay, or even of a cell, and then returns the relative positive position of that item in the range. For example, if the range here is, let's say, A2 to A6, okay, and it contains of, let's say, Panda, Tigris, and Iron Man, okay, and you want to find which range, or in this range, which column or which row does it belong to. So it's gonna search for you, okay? So that is how the match function works. But let's start off with a VLOOKUP again for another time. So obviously when you're gonna put in a function, we can go just to this formulas tab, or you can always, I prefer more by typing in the formulas because you get more proficient to it. So I'm gonna do is VLOOKUP, and you can see that these requirements are needed to find the data. So an example, let's first let's say I need data of Tigris, okay? So I'm gonna do is just Tigris. It needs to be same as this one so you can find it. But if it does not match, you will see that error will appear up. So I'm gonna do is equal VLOOKUP. Lookup value should be Tigris equal column table array. So I'm going to select the whole range, which is array is just a range, okay? So you don't have to worry about it or like search what array is. So now I'm going to do is column index number. So you can see 1 2 3. So I'm going to do is I'm going to search for the investment of Tigris. So I'm going to type in 3 instead of 2, not deposit. Now I'm going to do is exact match, close the parenthesis, and hit enter. And you can see that 246 appears right up. So this is how VLOOKUP works. Now, as you already know if you've seen the videos, so this is how VLOOKUP works. Now I'm going to show you is how match works. So as I've told you what match function is, so I'm going to do is just type in match function. So I'm going to do is type in equal match, close it with tab. Now it searches for lookup value, lookup array, and then match type, okay? So what I'm gonna do here is lookup value. So in this range I want to search, let's say 2476. So I'm gonna do is 2476, okay? So I'm gonna do is comma lookup array, okay? So lookup array, as you've seen that in VLOOKUP or HLOOKUP, wherever it is, you can select the whole range, even if it's like 2 3 rows or 4 or 5 rows, it doesn't matter. But in this match function, it's better if you use a specific column, okay? Let's say lookup array. So I'm gonna do is just select this range, okay? If you're doing it like vertically, just select the column. If you're doing it just rows, so just vertically just select the rows, okay? But don't like select the whole row and column together, okay? So I'm gonna do here is 2476, so it's here. So I'm gonna select this range and comma, and I want exact match, okay? But if you don't put like any zero, because match functions are of 3 types, which is 1, then -1, and then 0. Well, all of them are quite different and how that works. So, well, according to how that works, I'm gonna describe it to you because they are 3 different types, okay? So the match type is quite like optional because it's the type of match that the function will perform, okay? So let's say start with 1. So what is this one, which is one right here? When you cut it, you can see that this is less than. Okay, so when you put in 1, or maybe if you don't put any value like 1, 0, or -1, it will just end up on 1, which is because it's default. Okay, which is less than. So in this default one, the match function will find the largest value that is less than or equal to the value. Okay, you should be sure to sort your array in ascending order, so which is ascending order. Okay, if it's not ascending order, it's not going to work. You have to keep that in mind. So if the match type parameter is omitted, it will assume a match type of 1, okay, which is 1 right here. But if you don't put anything, it's not going to work, but in default it's just going to end up on 1. Okay, and it should be less than and in the ascending order, my bad. And now we have 0, which is exact match. So exact match is, I prefer it most because most of the time we're just searching for exact match instead of the other ones, which is less than or greater than. Because if you're searching for less than or greater than, you can find up a lot of other formulas which are more better than match. So if you're just searching for the exact match, just or maybe just using it, so I prefer using the exact match, which is 0. So, and the -1, which is greater than, which you can see right here, greater than. So this greater than function, or -1, does that the match function will find the smallest value that is greater than or equal to the value. Okay, you should be sure to sort your array in descending order, so it should be in descending order. Okay, so this should be the largest, then this one, then 2000, then 400, then 246 on the 6th one. Okay, but as this is all jumbled, let's just use exact match and just hit enter, and you can see that this is on the 3rd row, or the column. Okay, it's my bad, 3rd row, which is right over here in vast, then this, then 2476, which I put right here. Now, as you've known that how it works, now I'm gonna do it again so that you guys get it, how it works. Now I'm gonna do the same thing, equal match, close the parentheses, or my bad, open the parentheses. Now I'm gonna look up value, let's say this one right now. Okay, C6, it's gonna end up on 6, so I'm not gonna do that. Even if you have a whole lot of data, let's say it's on 700, and you're gonna just select the type or select the range, and it's still gonna find you. Okay, it's more like important when you have like a whole lot of data. Okay, so I'm gonna do is just type in 1 3 2 5 236 236. Okay, comma. Now the lookup array is this one. Okay, it's just gonna end up, or the result is gonna be 5. Okay, comma, exact match, close the parentheses, hit enter, and you can see that it is on 5. Okay, because the range has started, or the column or the row has started from here and then ended here and here to here. Okay, now we're gonna do is add up these formulas. Okay, which is gonna be match function and this VLOOKUP function together. So I'm gonna do is type in equal VLOOKUP, and now I'm gonna do is use the match function. Okay, if you're gonna use the match function, which is gonna appear right up. Okay, so here I'm gonna do is use the column. It's more useful when you use the function of HLOOKUP, but okay, this also works. So I'm gonna do is just type in match. I'm gonna put up the lookup value, so the lookup value will be 246. Let's say let's match Tigris right over here. I'm gonna do is Tigris, then comma, then the lookup array should be just here, and 2 and 5, comma, and now I'm gonna do this exact match, comma, then close the parentheses, comma. Now the table array should be from here to here, comma again. Now the column index. Okay, so the column index should be, let's say, from here to here. Okay, let's say 3, comma, and then exact match. Let's try this. If it doesn't work, we have to do some other stuff. It's gonna be name error. So there are some issues going on. So here the match function, or maybe the VLOOKUP function, has caused some problems. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is just click on this match function, do the Tigris, which is also right here, and 3 2 and 5, my bad, entry to N5, which is right here, and this is it. Well, this is it. Okay, so I'm gonna do is here and then just click on enter, and now you can see that 246 has appeared right up. Okay, so this is how you can add in formulas and a lot of functions by adding them. So okay, so this is how it works. I prefer you practice it a lot more, and it will be obviously a lot important when you're gonna do it with a lot of data. So I prefer you just keep on working on it, and if you can't, or maybe if you forgot the formulas, you don't have to worry about it, because Excel has that function to use pre-used or maybe like whatever type of function there is. Just go to this formulas tab. You're gonna be on home tab. Just click on this formulas tab with your left mouse key, and you can see that there are categorized, and you can see when you click on this recently used one, the recent ones will appear right up. So I've been using VLOOKUP a lot more recently, so the VLOOKUP is always here, and you can see that there are other ones: financial, logical, tax, date and time. Well, and even if you can't find any of those functions which you need, just go to more functions, and you can see that more functions are right over here, and all of them are categorized. Just select on them, and you will see that this type of interface opens up. Well, you don't have to worry, because this is the same type of functions or the requirements which you, when you type it, let's say VLOOKUP, my bad, equal VLOOKUP, and you can see VLOOKUP value, table array, column index, and range lookup. Well, these are all the same when you just go to VLOOKUP right here, and you can see that in this interface, you can see that lookup value, table array, column index number, and range lookup. Well, all of them are just right here, and you can also see the result right over here. Okay, so I'm gonna show it to you. So I'm gonna do the same thing. Just lookup value should be Tigris, table array should be this one, and column index, let's say 3, and range lookup, let's say range lookup, what should be the range lookup? Range lookup should be, let's say, this one again. Okay, or maybe just cut it and you will already see the amount of data. Okay, so this is how the functions work in Microsoft Excel. Hope you understood everything, and thank you for watching this video.